The AC3 Optimus IABP is an advanced microprocessor-based system designed for in-hospital and transport applications. This video will review the basic operational functions of the AC3 Optimus IABP. For a full explanation of the operational functions and a complete listing of indications, contraindications, warnings, and precautions, please refer to the operator's manual for the AC3 Optimus IABP. The system consists of two components: the pump control display head, which incorporates a touchscreen and keypad for system operation, and the pneumatic drive module with attached wheels. The detachable control display module houses the high-resolution LCD that shows the ECG, AP waveform, balloon pressure waveform, and hemodynamics. The pneumatic drive module contains the pumping system needed for IABP operation. The front of the module contains the following: the power switch, the AC indicator LED, and the battery charge LED, all the input and output connections required to receive the signals, and a USB connection port. A strip chart recorder is located on the front of the console. The dual-channel recorder uses 50mm wide thermal-sensitive paper. A storage pack can be attached to the side handles and used to store accessories such as cables and helium. The pack can be removed for transport to reduce weight. The compartment located on the left rear of the pneumatic drive module houses a 500 psi disposable or 2000 psi refillable helium tank. The AC3 Optimus IABP also has a thermoelectric baffle system to condense and remove moisture from the pneumatic lines. The liquid drains into a condensation bottle located in the helium storage compartment. The control display module is mounted on a bracket and connected to the pneumatic drive module by a 12-foot cord. The display can be raised or tilted to allow for better visibility. To raise and lower the control module, press the blue button on the control module handle. The control module can be rotated 360 degrees in either direction by pressing the button on the back of the pneumatic module. It can be locked in quarter turns. To remove the control display module from the pneumatic module, reach behind the control module to the central section. Pull and lift the silver handle. Lift the module straight up to clear the mounting bracket. To replace the control display head, slide the control module down over the mounting bracket until it clicks into place. An IV pole mounting bracket is available as an accessory and can be ordered from Teleflex customer service or by contacting your sales representative. The AC3 Optimus IABP provides several connection options for patients, monitors, and sensors. The front of the console contains all the input and output connections required to receive the signals from the patient or bedside monitor. All inputs directly from the patient or monitor are in the dark blue area: the direct ECG connection, the monitor ECG input, the direct AP connection, and the monitor AP input. The connections located on the right side of the dark blue area contain the balloon connection and the connections for the CAL key and fiber optics catheter AP sensor. To connect the CAL key, slide the key into the receptacle. The fiber optic sensor will only fit one way. The arrow on the connection should be facing to the left. Slide the connector into the receptacle and advance until it clicks. All output connections are in the light blue area and are grouped by type. The output connections allow output signals for display on an external monitor. The USB port allows information from the pump to interface with external devices such as simulators. The AC3 Optimus IABP display module includes a touchscreen interface for most operations and selected hard keys for frequently used or safety functions. The 6 hard keys include an on-off pumping key in the lower left corner, the assist ratio key in the center of the control display, a freeze screen key, a recorder on-off key in the lower right corner, and the cursor up and down key on the right-hand side of the control display. Note, wherever the cursor is stopped on the arterial pressure waveform, the user can read the pressure at that point. When the cursor is moved down onto the balloon pressure waveform, it turns blue, and again, the user can assess the pressure at the point it is stopped. The corner switch is the alarm silence key. It lets you silence the audio alarm tone. This key also provides a visual indication for the pump that is alarming and the severity of the alarm. These hard keys are always active even when the touchscreen is locked. The AC3 Optimus IABP display shows 3 waveforms and related data, each in a different color for easy identification and interpretation. All numeric data is calculated and displayed on a beat-to-beat basis. Heart rate is averaged over 2 seconds. The ECG trace is superimposed with white during assist intervals or expected period of IAB inflation. The heart rate is displayed in green, adjacent to the ECG waveform. The ECG source, skin lead or monitor, and gain is above the ECG waveform on the left side of the display. The arterial pressure waveform is displayed in red. The arterial pressure source, fiber optic, transducer, or monitor is shown beside the arterial pressure waveform on the left side of the display. The arterial scale is also shown on the left, beside the arterial pressure source. The red pressure readings adjacent to the arterial pressure waveform are the assisted beats. When the assist ratio is 1:2 or lower, the values displayed in yellow are for the unassisted beats. The AC3 Optimus IABP provides an IABP therapy report which summarizes the IABP therapy control setting and the patient hemodynamics. This report may be useful for documentation and charting. By touching the display in the hemodynamic area on the screen, the therapy status report displays. To print this page, press the printer icon button in the lower left corner of the menu display. To close the menu, press the Done key or wait 30 seconds and the menu will close automatically. In autopilot mode, the user can change ECG leads, sources, and gain control. However, autopilot mode will automatically change the ECG leads and source to maintain optimal IAB therapy as needed. The default lead is lead 2 when skin input is chosen. To change the ECG lead or source, touch the ECG waveform. Note, the menu displayed when touching the ECG waveform has 2 tabs. One tab is for the ECG function and the second tab is for arterial pressure function. Select the desired lead from the options presented. The new selection will be displayed. To change the ECG source, touch the ECG monitor key to change the ECG source to the monitor input. The ECG monitor source uses the input from the slave input connection. To close the current menu, press the Done key. The menu will also close automatically 30 seconds after the last key press. The arterial pressure signal may come from a variety of sources: the high-fidelity fiber optic sensor, transducers, or from monitors. The 0 symbol indicates the 0 status and access to zeroing and calibration functions. The current source of the arterial pressure displayed is identified, and it has been zeroed if there is no red line through the symbol. Note, it is recommended that the fiber optic sensor be zeroed prior to the balloon being inserted into the patient. The fiber optic will automatically be zeroed once the fiber optic sensor is connected to the console. If the fiber optic sensor has not been zeroed prior to insertion, but has been calibrated, the 0 symbol will continue to have a red line through it and the calibration factor will be displayed below the 0 symbol. A red line through the 0 symbol indicates the current arterial pressure source has not been zeroed. To zero, change source, adjust scales, or set an arterial pressure alarm, the user can press the 0 symbol, touch the arterial pressure waveform or the ECG waveform on the touchscreen to access the Sources menu. Once the Sources menu appears, you will see the Arterial Pressure tab. From this point, the user can complete the 0 function, adjust the arterial pressure scales, and set an arterial pressure alarm. Note, the date and time that the arterial pressure source was last zeroed is also displayed on the menu. If AP FOS is selected, FOS error codes display below the last zeroed date and time. You can also view the FOS error codes by pressing the More and Status tabs. There is a third way to access the ECG and arterial pressure functions, by pressing the Source key on the touchscreen. The balloon pressure waveform is shown in blue. The scale for the balloon pressure waveform is shown to the left of the balloon pressure waveform and is a fixed scale of -50 to +250 millimeters of mercury. The action bar is the main operations menu. The action bar combines the assessment point for IABP operations with the control for changing IABP operations or settings. The controls related to IABP therapy include start-stop pumping. Note, the user can also start and stop pumping by pressing the hard key on the display control head. Anytime the pump stops pumping, a timer will start and show how long the pump is off. The timer shows hours, minutes, and seconds. The AC3 Optimus IABP has two modes of operation: autopilot mode and operator mode. The default is autopilot mode. In autopilot mode, select and change settings to maintain optimal counterpulsation with minimal user intervention. ECG source and lead changes, AP sources, trigger changes, timing method, and timing adjustments are made automatically. In operator mode, a clinician can select and set most IABP functions. This will include selecting timing adjustments and trigger adjustments. Timing must be adjusted by the user in operator mode. Even in the operator mode, the timing will automatically adjust for heart rate changes within 25%. The arrow keys adjust the inflation and deflation timing in 1% increments. There is an earlier and later key for each setting. Since timing assessment should be done in a 1:2, the assist ratio selections for 1:1 and 1:2 are also displayed in this menu. The user can also select and change trigger modes while pumping. In most cases, more than one trigger mode will work with a cardiac rhythm. The user should assess both the trigger reliability and timing accuracy to determine which is the best trigger to use. Note, the internal trigger mode should only be used if the patient has no myocardial activity and/or ventricular ejection. The user must be in operator mode to select the internal trigger and then confirm to select this trigger mode. The assist ratio touchscreen key allows the user to select the frequency of IABP assist the patient will receive. This function is active for both autopilot mode and operator mode. The default assist ratio is 1:1 on startup of pumping. The user now can select the desired assist ratio. The selection is highlighted. The AC3 Optimus IABP automatically sets the volume from the IAB connector. The connectors come with each IAB in the balloon insertion kit. When the connector is attached to the pump, the volume will be displayed on the action bar. However, when volume changes are required, the AC3 Optimus IABP lets you set the precise volume to be delivered to the IAB in 0.5 cc increments. The user cannot set inflation volume greater than the balloon's maximum capacity. The user will increase or decrease the volume to the desired setting. Press Apply to change the volume or cancel if the change is not needed. The pump will reset the volume in 1 to 2 beats and resume pumping. Note, when the volume is less than 2/3 of the full volume of the IAB, the volume bar will change to yellow to indicate that the volume is below the recommended setting. There are 4 other IABP control keys on the action bar. The source key is an alternative way to access functions related to the ECG and AP signals. Functions related to the IABP system rather than the IABP therapy may be accessed by pressing the More button on the action bar. There are 4 tabs in the settings: System, Clock, Status, and Recorder. To select desired section, press the tab and the options for that function will appear. The Recorder tab allows the user to change settings related to the format of the strip chart recorder. By using this menu, the user can select the waveforms, 1 or 2, for printing, set the recorder speed, and set an interval for automatic strip recordings. The user also can select the therapy report for printing at timed intervals. Once a timed interval is selected, a recording will print at the specified interval. Note, the arterial pressure and balloon pressure waveforms are always printed on alarm strips. These selections cannot be changed. The Status tab provides a summary of key AC3 Optimus IABP operation or functional information. This information can be printed to the strip chart recorder by pressing the recorder icon in the menu. The Clock tab lets you set the clock date-time format and the current time. The date and time are displayed on the top center portion of the screen and used on recordings and log data, which is saved by the pump. The System tab lets you set helium pressure units displayed, language, key volume, time for touchscreen to lock, as well as calibrate the touchscreen. To set the number of minutes after the last touch to the screen, use the up-down keys around the lock screen to set this time. The range of setting is 0 to 30 minutes in 1-minute increments. If you set this to disabled, the touchscreen will never lock automatically. The AC3 Optimus IABP has a help incorporated for many of the pump functions. Help is accessed via the eye on the action bar. Most keys on the AC3 Optimus IABP will have key-specific help text. Key-specific help will be displayed when the user presses the I key and then touches the desired key within 10 seconds. When using the help function, the function of the key pressed for information will not be activated until a subsequent press of the same key. The final key on the action bar is the recorder key. By pressing this key, the user can start and stop a recording strip. The AC3 Optimus IABP touchscreen is unlocked at startup, but may automatically lock depending on previous settings. When the screen is locked, touchscreen controls are not available, and the lock icon will display in the lower right corner. All of the hard key functions are available when the touchscreen is locked. To unlock the touchscreen, press the locked key. The unlocked icon displays. There are several icons located on the display screen. The bell icon indicates that the alarms are on. Information regarding alarm system status, alarm values for map or augmentation, and the alarm history will be displayed in the Alarm tab. To access this information, press the Alarm tab or the bell icon. The user can adjust the volume of the audible alarm tone by pressing the up or down keys and then test the audio level by pressing Test. The user also has the option to set an arterial pressure alarm. The menu allows the user to select either a map or AUG. To initiate this alarm, press the On key. The map is the default setting when the alarm is turned on initially, and these are low-limit alarms. An alarm will be issued when the selected pressure falls below the set limit. The limit can be adjusted up or down by using the increase or decrease arrows. The current limit displays in the Alarms tab for the selected parameter. Note, the user can also access the AP alarms through the Sources menu. The AC3 Optimus IABP will store up to the last 100 alarms. The access to the list is found in the Alarm tab. The user can then press the History tab, and the list will be displayed starting with the most current alarm. This list can then be printed by pressing the Recorder icon on the menu. Note, if the pump is powered off for more than 6 minutes, the system will erase the alarm history. A bell with a red X indicates the pneumatic alarms are off. A timer is displayed for the time off remaining. The alarm conditions are monitored and a visual message will be displayed. However, the pump will not stop assisting the patient due to the alarm condition. The pump should be under direct supervision when the pneumatic alarms are off. The helium supply and AC power and battery indicators are located in the upper right-hand corner of the control display. A green helium supply icon indicates the helium status is OK, the tank is on, and the fill level is greater than 125 psi. The PSI level will also be seen on the screen next to the helium supply icon. A green battery icon with a lightning bolt indicates the battery status is OK and plugged into AC power and charging the battery. A solid green battery icon indicates the pump is operating on battery power. A red helium supply icon indicates that the helium supply level is less than 125 psi, while a black icon indicates that there is no helium tank or the tank is off. A yellow battery icon indicates the battery status is okay, but the battery charge is estimated at less than 20 minutes. This will also be associated with a battery less than 20 minutes alarm. If the battery icon is red, the status is okay, but the charge is estimated to be less than 10 minutes, and the battery less than 10 minutes alarm will occur. The black icon indicates the battery charge is depleted. The charge is estimated at less than 5 minutes, and the battery less than 5 minutes alarm will occur. If a battery icon with a red X is displayed, the battery is not okay. The pump should not be used for patient transport anywhere battery operation is needed, and Biomed should be notified promptly. The AC3 Optimus IABP diagnostic alarm system continuously monitors operating conditions and will detect and alert the user to conditions which require a response. When an alarm condition occurs, the screen displays an alarm message, including suggested corrective actions and additional help if needed. The upper right corner of the display control head is the corner switch and the alarm silence key. This key also provides a visual indication of the pump that is alarming and the severity of the alarm. The corner switch will light red for high priority alarms, yellow for medium priority alarms, and cyan for low priority alarms. An alarm banner will also appear on the top of the control display screen in the matching color of the priority. Note, high priority alarms will result in an audio tone and the pumping action to stop automatically. To silence the alarm audible tone, the user can press the corner switch. Corrective actions information will automatically be displayed for high priority alarms. This information will remain displayed for up to 2 minutes to allow the user to have immediate access to troubleshooting. For other alarms, press the eye icon to access actions to take. All messages and related information will be available on the display even when the audio tone is silenced. Once the corrective actions are completed, the user can resume pumping by pressing the on key. A user-friendly design, intuitive interface, and state-of-the-art autopilot mode makes the AC3 Optimus IABP simple to use.